guys, depth guys?
Yeah. Well, first of all, as a group, we thought the pace was real good. The intensity level was real good. Guys played hard. It was physical. So, yeah, it wasn't a game of shinny, so that was good for a group. And then, yeah, sure. Seeing guys practice, you go, that guy's got real good skill. But now you see the skill set within a competitive atmosphere, and then it impresses you even more. So a few guys, obviously stood out in different areas, but overall we were happy with the compete level of the group.
Did you know all along you were giving the top of the lineup guys off mostly?
They didn't have off, no. It was a real good opportunity for us to have a power play practice. That's what it was today. They were on the ice for 45. If you guys were here, 45 an hour, something like that. We've obviously did PP every single day, special teams, but it was a real good opportunity for us to have them together, right? They were in their lines throughout the first 3 days. And we've got a systematic game plan or structural game plan of who we want on it. So they're able to get a feel for each other in that area, with some real good teaching opportunities for us.
Is that something you normally do in a training camp, is hit special teams really quick and go throughout camp that way? Or?
Yeah. I've always believed that it's important. If you're going to dial in your systems, you probably should dial in one of the two most important ones, right? I mean, they're all important, but to actually work on it early, get our thought process. We don't try to overload them with too much of, our penalty kill forecheck or whatever, but we get the basis of it, and now we can teach through, these next, obviously, 8 games before we get to the regular season.
When it comes to the invites to camp that aren't affiliated with the team yet, what are you looking for from them?
Well, something to stand out, obviously, that, leave an impression. If they aren't going to be here, then you go, oh, wait, we need some depth somewhere. If a player is going back to their club or to another club, then you go, down the road, you go, well, remember when in camp how well he played and how well he competed, and so those type of guys. There's always a couple of guys that really stand out, and we try to stress to every player to make an impression every single day, not only on the ice but in the room as well. And we've had some guys do that too.
What was the first impression of looking at that crowd today?
Oh, it's fantastic, right? Not just the game crowd got even better, but to watch the power play practice crowd was awesome, right? So it just shows the passion, what a great hockey city Columbus is.
How do you want the guys to work through these preseason games? You want to not obviously rest up for them, but you want them to work hard, be tired for these games as well as get some conditioning in?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's training camp still, right? So we're still skating. We're still, the best way to get into hockey shape is to play hockey, right? You can ride the bike and lift weights all you want, but in order to, get your VO2 and all that good stuff, you got to skate. So we've had 3 real good practices. Today was a real good day to get them in tune with game, and now we get after it tomorrow with a real game.
One of those free agent guys is Pano-Fimis, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's obviously scored a number of goals in the Prospects tournament. Then he comes here, he scores today. It's not just goals, I realize that, but is he doing things to as a free agent, kind of stand out a little bit and at least get some attention and draw your attention?
Yeah, I think he's one of the players that we go, you know what? He's had a great camp up to this point as far as being in that position. And like you said, he scored in Buffalo, and he scored another one today. So at the very least, he's made an impression on all of us.
A lot of coaches, when you ask about goaltending, will admit they're not necessarily experts, but are you keeping an eye on those guys? Are you start kind of getting some stuff in your mind about watching them, or do you leave that to guys like Backy?
No, it's no different than any of our systems or any of our players as far as center, wing, defensemen or goalies. It's all of us. You know, of course, Backy's coaching them and teaching them, and as you said, a lot of it we don't know the insides and outs, and but we're trying to coach goalies the same as we coach our forwards in the D, and that's team first mentality. They can get caught in an individual position, obviously, and everybody hangs them out to dry when things aren't good. But it's a team game. They're part of our team.
Yeah, obviously, we're a long way from any decisions being made. I'm not sure how much you know about Owen Sillinger's past or just his path to today. How much do you like that story? 26-year-old, undrafted, had to wait his turn, AHL contract.
Yeah, you know what, honestly, I think if I mentioned it the first day, the first meeting, if you're sitting in here, you should be very proud of yourself, right? I mean, to be in a National Hockey League training camp is something kids dream about. So I hope every player, Silly in particular too, that they don't take it for granted. They're they've worked their butts off to get to this point, and now they need to continue to develop to be hopefully a full-time NHL player like all these guys want.